few decades ago, neuroscientists confirmed that there's a state you can access on command that makes you 500% more focused and productive. And the funny thing is, it goes against every single productivity hack you currently know and everything these productivity gurus are saying. The Pomodoro method, time blocking, and all the fancy Notion templates you see. And it's something known as the flow state, something most people aren't even trying to access. And so if you can understand what flow state is, how to access it, you can not only turn 5 hours of work into 1 hour, but you can make everything you do, including your work, feel effortless to do. And all it takes is a simple protocol based on neuroscience that I'm going to go over and share with you later in this video. Because honestly, let's just cut to the chase. Every single day, you sit down to work, and 5 minutes into your work session, it feels like you have no self-control whatsoever. You end up loading up YouTube, you end up loading up Instagram, TikTok, every single social media app you can think of, and the moment you slip up, it's impossible to get back to work the entire day, and you're left there ashamed, feeling guilty, staying up late trying to finish your tasks that should have took 5 hours to complete. And the thing is, these productivity hacks you're trying are not designed to solve this problem. They're designed to enhance your focus, to improve your focus, not fix it. And that's exactly what flow state does. See, all flow state is an altered state of consciousness where you're 500% more productive, you feel and perform at your best. It's basically the peak performance state that humans can experience, right? And the reason why you're 500% more focused and productive is because it's the only state that activates 5 of the most potent brain chemicals at once. You've got norepinephrine, you've got dopamine, you've got endorphins, you've got anandamide and serotonin, all being activated at once inside of the human brain. And the best part is, humans are actually hardwired for this state. We're meant to enter it. We're meant to be able to enter flow states whenever we want to. But the problem lies in most people not knowing how to enter it. But if you can follow this simple protocol, you will have no issues getting into it. You see, flow state is almost like brushing your teeth, and as much as these are different things, it's very similar. Because every single day, you wake up, you brush your teeth, and there's no resistance, right? It's almost like an automatic behavior. We can make flow state an automatic behavior the more we get into it. Because the more we enter flow state, the more our brain wants to do it. The more our brain wants it, because flow state is the most addictive state in the entire planet. We want to keep on getting into it, and our brain craves flow state because it feels so good. And so if you can think back to the times in your life where you've maybe entered flow state, where it's like you're playing video games, you've played a sport, all of these different things you've done where you've experienced flow state, you can translate it onto your work. And so how do you actually enter flow state then? What is the simple protocol you have to go through? Well, there's tons of different ways to enter flow state, and if I dig over everything, this video would be like 10 hours long, so I'm not going to do that for you. I know you have things to do, but there's a few conditions you have to activate in order to enter flow state, and the main one being something called the challenge to skill ratio. The challenge to skill ratio basically states that in order to enter flow state, we need to make sure there's an equal balance in challenge and skills, specifically a 4% increase in challenge compared to our current skills, because this hooks our brain. It makes us want to keep working because we want to see that progress towards completing that challenge, right? But the thing is, if the task is too hard, it's too difficult for us, we will want to procrastinate because we'll feel overwhelmed. If it's too easy for us, we'll feel bored and we will go to distractions, right? And the problem lies in most people falling into one of these categories where they procrastinate or they feel super bored and they just go on a distraction. And so the very first thing I want you to do is just, for every single task you work on, identify where you're at inside that scale. Are you in the challenge bit where everything feels super hard and you feel overwhelmed? If so, reduce the challenge of the task. Break each task down into simple steps. Break tasks down into very small deep work sessions. If you're on the other end of the spectrum where everything just feels super easy, increase your challenge. Set challenges for yourself, right? The next condition you need to master is focus, because it usually takes around 20 minutes to enter flow state, right, inside the flow cycle. And so when you can't focus for that long, or you use things like the Pomodoro method where you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break, you're actively cutting off your ability to enter flow state, and you have to restart the timer. And so a lot of people do overcomplicate focus. All you have to do if you want to focus on your work is remove, not add. And this can be removing distractions. It could be removing things from your environment that could distract you. It could be removing tabs on your screen when you're trying to focus. Just focus on removing things rather than adding things. And so first, just identify what's distracting you, what's taking up your focus. Is it some kind of open loop where you're waiting for someone to message you on your phone? Is it because you've got 5 different YouTube tabs open? Like, how can you expect to focus when you've got that on your screen? Is it something like a thought that keeps on distracting you? Well, write it down in your journal. Right? There's so many different ways to improve your focus, but the main thing is just operating in deep work environments. So an environment suited for deep work, no distractions, just working, right? And then just increasing the steps to actually get onto a distractions. And so to actually get on my phone, I have to go to the corner of my room, open a drawer, turn on my phone, disable like 3 different screen time blockers, then go on my phone, start scrolling, right? I have so many different steps to go on my phone that it's basically impossible for me to do that, because I naturally find work much more fun and rewarding than going on my phone. Okay, now obviously there's a bunch of more different conditions, like making sure you activate different flow triggers, making sure you have a sense of control inside your routine, inside your actions, making sure you have clear goals set so you can actually progress towards something, making sure you have an immediate feedback system, right? So many different things, but I just want you to focus on those two conditions for now. Focus and a challenge score ratio. And so the final thing I want to leave you with is practical steps to actually enter flow state whenever you want to. Now you can follow these as almost like a protocol whenever you want to do deep work. Now, the very first thing you want to do is obviously just prepare your environment, make sure you remove distractions. That will meet the condition of focus. Then you want to make sure the task is just a bit challenging but not too hard to do. And this will activate the challenge score ratio. Then set a clear intention for the task, make sure you know what you're working on, make sure each distraction is hard to get onto, and finally, use some kind of focus tracking app. Now, I use Rise myself. Rise is a software that you can go to focus sessions, it can track what you're doing on your computer, and it's just really intelligent. I really do recommend you pick that up if you want to just improve your focus. Now, those are the protocols I follow every single day to enter flow state as an entrepreneur. Now, if you are an entrepreneur yourself and you want to be able to access flow states for 6+ hours a day and scale your business by working less, click the first link in the description to my free community where you get a free flow state course and a free coaching call with me. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.